Hi guys, it's Emily from Journal Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my gratitude journal, November 2023. Now, it's not been a very eventful month because obviously it's getting colder. I don't really want to do as much. I don't really want to go places and do much, but I have had some fun things and some fun things to be grateful on. I'm trying to decide. There's some things I've put on my notes and some things I've been like, do I talk about it? So obviously at the end of October, so something that wasn't in there, we did Halloween with the kids, and it was, I'll show you a picture of me and a couple of the kids that we went out with, because a couple of the other ones I've not had permission, so I'm not going to show. But obviously we went Halloween trick-or-treating with my kids, Mia's best friend Roman's and Thomas's best friend Ava, who's one of my best friend's daughter. And then we went with my friend Helen's and her partner's two children, so they all went. And we went everywhere. God, we walked everywhere. But I loved how lovely people were to the kids. Thomas got so excited. He made a new friend in Helen's friend. Oh yeah, he made some new friends. He had fun with that. He was a lot more confident this year. He's not always done trick-or-treating because sometimes he gets freaked out by it all, but he got dressed up, he did it, he even he had a really good time. And Mia was so confident and so in charge and in charge of all the other kids, because she's I think she was the oldest out of all of them. And we had such a good laugh. I was wrapped up. It wasn't actually that cold. We managed to get away with no rain, thank God. We had pizzas before we went. We just had a really lovely time, and it was one of my favourite Halloweens ever, and it was lovely to see the kids. They got through their sweets really fast, but it was really great fun, and I really enjoyed ourselves. We also, so I think you might have seen on Instagram, I went to Henley with Chris because I've been feeling a bit flat at the moment. I'll go into that in a bit more soon, but Chris took me to Henley to cheer me up, and we went to quite a few charity shops. I was good in comparison to what I normally am. I did not buy half as many books as I thought I would. In fact, the fact that Chris kind of bought most of them to cheer me up, he was in a really sweet mood. He wanted to cheer me up. So he bought me quite a few books, and I'll show you a couple of them in a minute. But we did, actually, I'll show you the charity shop book first. So he bought me loads. My book haul will be up. I think the book haul is actually going to be the next video up, because obviously where the dates are this month, I didn't really want to do my wrap up literally coming up the day before, because the 1st of December is actually on Friday, so as you would have seen by now. So I'm going to do my book haul, then my wrap up, because that way it takes out some stress. But one of the books I got, that Chris got me, I found in the charity shop. This is The Secret of Haven Point by Lisette Auton. This one was recommended to me by Jack from Spread Book Joy, who I'll link below, and Chatty from the Mad Chatter. And this apparently has amazing disability rep. So as to whether I saved this for the Spoonies Readathon, I don't know yet, or whether I might read it for a middle grade book, because I've got quite a lot of books already. I'm planning my books for the Spoonies Readathon already, but I might use this for a middle grade readathon. And this is, the back of this says, I was Haven Point's first Reckling, but I certainly wasn't its last. There are 42 of us now, not including the mermaids. Since Alpha Lux first washed up there as a baby, Haven Point has become a ramshackle home for any disabled person who needs somewhere to belong. Named after the way they make a living on the wild shore, the Recklings spend their days looting from passing ships with little magical help from a mermaid clan and a lighthouse keeper with a kitten in his beard. But beyond the boundaries of Haven Point, danger lurks. It's only a matter of time before the Recklings are forced to decide what kind of future they want. Apparently this has amazing disability rep. And I found this, I think it was either £1 or £1.50 from the charity shops in Henley, and Chris was very kind enough to buy it for me because he saw, I was looking in the adult section. I think I bought one book from the adult section, and because I always look at middle grade because I'm really getting a lot more into middle grade. Thank you to Jack and Chatty. And I saw this and I was prepared to buy this full price from the full price shop. So to find this for £1.50, Chris was like, I'll get it for you, no question. So get me that. And then we went to quite a few other charity shops, and it was great fun. Like I said, I'm going to put some pictures behind. But we always go to Bell's Bookshop, and Bell's Bookshop is the independent book shop in there. I always have to buy a book, but I'm getting fussy at what I buy from there, because if I'm paying full price for a book, I've got to love it. So I found Daphne du Maurier. I'm collecting a lot of the Daphne du Maurier books, and this is Marianne, and this is the Virago Classics edition, which is absolutely stunning. It's one that I've wanted for a while. I've got Rebecca, I've got Jamaica in, I've now got Scapegoat, I've got quite a few of the other ones. But I looked at the back, there was quite a few Daphne du Mauriers in the Virago Classics, but this one just looks amazing. In Regency London, the only way a woman to succeed is to beat men at their own game. When Marianne Clark seeks to escape from her squalid surroundings in Bowling Alley in Alley, she ventures first into the scrupulous world of the pamphleteers. Her personal charms are such, however, that it's not long before she comes to the notice of the Duke of York. And it's set during the Napoleonic War and based on the life of du Maurier's own great-great-grandmother. So this looks absolutely perfect. That was my treat to myself. I'm still stuck to my Waterstones ban, by the way. I'm not allowed to do Waterstones to buy myself a book until Boxing Day. So the fact that I bought this from an independent, it was probably my most expensive book of the month. And it's traditional, I also buy myself a little bookmark from there because I'm addicted. Do you guys want me to do a video where I show you all my amazing bookmarks? Because I've got so many. So that was like that. We also when we walked down the river, we had a lovely meal at the, it was just like a Wetherspoons pub. Not an expensive date. Went to Wetherspoons. We had a lovely meal. It was my own sort of gin because I decided that apart from if I have the odd gin at lunchtime or the odd drinking, like very rarely on special occasions, I'm going to be pretty much teetotal because of my health conditions. Because I think I'm just trying to give myself all the ammunition I can get. As you can tell, I'm freezing. So yeah, that was, and we also bought myself a piece of cake which I ate when I got home because it was lovely. Have had some time. Mum is getting better because I know a lot of you have been asking about Mum. She is getting better. She's a lot more mobile, but it has meant that we're spending a lot more time together, me and my sisters, and that has been a lifesaver. I'm just going to my angle of this. And they've been my lifesaver. We've had some time going out. We've gone out when we've had a minute. I've talked to my sisters a lot more. I will now probably say, yeah, basically, we were thinking that all of you know how I've been, I think some of you know how exhausted I've been recently. My anxiety and depression have been playing up. I've had various things like headaches, backache, and I thought it was all down to perimenopause, and I nearly passed out at work. Problems with mobility stuff, but one of the guys at work and my sisters and my mum have all been pushing me to get blood tests, get it checked out to find out what is wrong, if it's the girlie's problems or if it's what is, because the only way you can fight a problem is to know what problem you're fighting. So I finally got the blood test results, and I actually looked at the vitamin D one before I filmed this, and my vitamin D levels are very low. Not very low, my vitamin D levels are low. Let's not be dramatic, let's not do an NLE. And my iron levels are quite low, both of which are quite low actually. So I finally got the results from that. So I'm now on the correct medication, so I've now got the ammunition to get better, but it has meant that I get tired more easily, which is why unfortunately I had to cancel that, and the heavy periods I've been having meant that I had to cancel going out with Gemma and Alice, because I couldn't cope. I'm literally finding that a day at work, or even like yesterday, I was exhausted for the stupidest thing. I didn't even do very much, but I'm that exhausted. Until the new medication kicks in, I'm quite tired. So my sisters have been the ones that have been really supportive. Vicky took me to my blood test. Charlie's been on the phone. We're all really close together. And one of the things we did when we've gone out is we all bought one of these each. We bought Rizzo the Rats, and we just did some time together, and not very much, but their time and just being with my sisters is just, it's better than anything else. Like, I've got my unknown friends, I've got some friends here, but I'm not someone that's got loads of friends because I tend to feel a bit like I'm a bit overwhelming. But my sisters, I feel like I can talk to you guys because I'm recording myself and I don't know why it doesn't bother me. But my sisters have been amazing, and time with them is where I can be me, and I don't feel like I have to put up a front. They get me, and I bloody love them all. I love them both more than anything else. And my other sister Helen, my adopted surrogate sister Helen, she's been incredible. So I'm so grateful for all of you, because thanks to them, I've got the support now, and yeah, I've got my fight back. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't want to go into too much detail, but yeah, I have had some good news, and that's a positive thing to be grateful of, that at least because of them pushing me to get these tests, I know what I'm fighting, and I know what I'm doing, and I know what's wrong, and I know I'm not going to go on about it, but it's now something that I can deal with because I've got the ammunition. Something I've been trying to teach Mia at the moment. Mia has done some really positive things this month at school. She's been doing food tech, she's made sugar biscuits, she's been getting her golden tickets. Thomas, on the other hand, has got more confident. Yes, he's getting into trouble being a bit cheeky, but his confidence level has improved and he is making me really proud. He makes me laugh to the point where my side split. And me and Thomas went out. We went had our first one because he's been moaning that I take Mia out quite regularly. So now I'm going to be doing, not in December because December's going to be a manic month, but going forward next year we'll do 1 month trip with Mia, 1 month trip with Thomas. So I'll show you. I think I did both of them. I did one week and the other week. Trying to kill me off. But we went to town and we bought him his, I think he wanted some football stuff, and we got me this thick scarf, thicker, it is quite a thicker scarf, it doesn't look thick, but it is quite thick and it's quite long. So we got me that and got me some joggers. And he dragged me into the works because that was where Helen's daughter Holly works, and he loves Holly. So he made me buy a book. He made me, guys, he really made me. And I remember Mark, one of my friends on Instagram, he told me about Beth Moran's books, and this is Let It Snow, a Christmas book. Whether I read it this year, whether I read it next year, I think it was like £2.50, so it's not expensive. And Thomas made me buy this, so it's not my fault. I did buy a couple of others, but you know, it's not my fault. After the end of a relationship, local weather girl B. Armstrong has been avoiding her family, but with Christmas approaching, she's heading home to Cherry's house, the school of Sherwood Forest that her parents run. And to top it all, the insufferable Henry Fairfax, who her folks have been wanting her to marry, has also been invited. Relief comes in the shape of an interview for a dream job, but there are a few problems. The interview is in Scotland. Beth now has no car and it's snowing. The only option is for Henry to drive her. Oh, that's good. But Thomas did say that, like, that time we had together was one of his happiest moments and one of his happiest times. But way too much and carried way too much. We ended up going to the food shopping afterwards and it killed me off. But it was time with my kids, and something that I am grateful for is doing that, taking time just with the two of them. But I'm going to have to separate that out. I have also loved that I've been doing like weekly or every other week chats with Danny from Danny's World of Books, but well, whatever, I can never remember Danny's name. But we chat regularly. FaceTiming her has been incredible. We like I said, like, it's informal, we are so close, and her little chats have been really highlights. When I've not wanted to bother my sisters, Danny's been absolutely incredible and being there for me, so thank you, darling. I did go to town on my own, which for a lot of people it wouldn't sound like a big deal, but for me it has been a real big deal. I'm doing it again next week. I'm going to go to get all the Christmas shopping, start on Christmas shopping next week. I'm going to go and I'm going to literally, I think what the plan is, I'm going to go to Mum's first, have a little sit down after drop Thomas off, and then go to town and go to get a big chunk of my shopping, and just try and get it done. I'm also going to try and I need to send Gemma's birthday present. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a big chunk of that next week and do that. So that's something to be, but for me it is a big deal. For starters, I've got to carry the bloody shopping, and that when you've got this dodgy back because of my vitamin D, it's going to be hard work, and it's anxiety inducing going to shops. I find going to these big shoppings when it's busy is hard. So I do it on a weekday, and I've just had a note that I forgot my pizza at my mum's. So that's something I'm going to be grateful for. So random things I'm grateful for. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go to town, but going to town on my own has been things. I've got some pictures I'll show you of sitting down with everything that's been going on. I'm going to be going to town, going to the Costa on my own, having a piece of cake, having a thing and doing it. But one of the days I went this week was when I was feeling exhausted, so I knew I had to get some presents for Thomas's friend. But I picked up I want to show you now because I'm adding this will be read by the time this video goes live. And this is Kathy Glass's latest book, Unsafe. You know I love her work. I got it and I realised it's her latest book. So I'm going to be reading it this month and giving it straight back to Baz Books. So it's £1. Yes, it will go straight back, but I would have paid £4.50 for it, so, or £5. So going to do that. Have been also on the top, some of the top books I've read this month have been In Memoriam and Ariadne, and I'm currently reading Wayward and loving that. So I've read, my reading month this month has been amazingly better than last month. I'm also going to add some extra Christmas books, which is good. But yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Having some fantastic reading month after a few, with all the other stuff in my life being a bit slumpy at the moment and where I'm feeling a bit run down. I'm very grateful for the fact that my books have really brightened me up. I've also had some pyjama days. I'm going to be doing more pyjama days because when the weather is cold and winter, and I like to shut away. You will not see me being physically out there as much because I'm going to be shut away. So I've got some pyjama days. This is coming up. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a cozy reading vlog. I was going to do it like on a weekend, but I've realised all my weekends are mad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my date of recording. I'm going to do a weekday, but rather than doing a 12-hour one, because that will affect that I've not got a Saturday free, and God knows how long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a weekday nearer the time and do it from the evening till the evening. So I'll probably start it at like 6 o'clock. No, I think, yeah, I'll start it at like 7 o'clock in the evening and then do it till 7 o'clock the following evening. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And that way you get to see me in my PJs, a bit cozy. I'll have like a cozy drink. I won't do it on a Tuesday because Mia's in my evening, but I'll do it. I'll have like a cozy drink. You'll just get to see the real me. And something I've also been watching Angela from Reading Off My Shelf, and she's been really authentic, filming in her film. I love the fact she films in her OD. She films like this. She doesn't put pressure on herself, and she is so true to herself. And she's encouraging me to be more like that. I need to be more just like, it doesn't matter if I'm not wearing makeup. You guys like me for who I am, so I need to be doing that. So yeah, that's a video coming up, and that's something that I'm going to be doing more of. Lastly, on what currently I've been watching on Netflix. So I finished the Queen Charlotte series on Netflix, and I wanted to watch something else. I think I finished Call the Midwife. I'm up to date on all the series that I wanted to. So I decided to watch David Beckham's documentary on Netflix first. And that was all right. It was good fun to watch it because he was around at the time when I was like supporting football. I ended up fancying the bloke that turned out to be a knob cheese, which was Ryan Giggs. But I wasn't a Beckham fan. I was more into the ones that looked a bit manly, a bit rough. But I find David Beckham now is quite gorgeous. But I liked his documentary. It brought back a lot of memories. It was interesting to see it. And it was interesting to see how the pop culture and the culture at the time affected him. But my only niggle with that is that he blames everyone else. So I decided to watch the Robbie Williams one straight after. Because I am a massive Take That fan. Huge Take That fan. Huge Robbie fan. And I knew that he went off the rails. I don't find him as attractive now as I used to. But I wanted to know more. So I've watched that and I found it so fascinating. It made me cry so many times because you're seeing him being true. And I love the fact that he apologised to Gary Barlow for what he did after when they broke up, and how the way he was so horrible to him. And he doesn't make excuses for himself. And I think he talks about his depression, he talks about his anxiety, he talks about his addictions. And he is so real, and it really is good for the mental health side to him showing that all this stuff can have negative effects, but he doesn't make excuses. He really talks about how he does. And now he's a family man, and I can't recommend it enough. If you're of my age era and you like Take That, you liked Robbie Williams, or even if you want to know more about addiction and pop culture, that kind of thing, watch his documentary because I loved it, and I want to listen to his music more now. Now, lastly, upcoming, obviously December, it's Christmas month. I don't need to talk about much upcoming. I'm not going to say much, but Elvin the Elf, our Elf on the Shelf, is returning. Thomas is a believer. So I'm not going into any more detail than that because I know he watches my videos. The Elvin is returning. Advent calendars are returning. Pyjamas are returning. Christmas is coming up. And I could not be more excited. We've got Christmas parties. I'm not going to go to a big Christmas party at work, but I might go out for Christmas meals because I know I'm tired in the evenings and I've got to be sensible. I'll be doing my 24-hour reading vlog. I've got some videos that I'm super, super excited about coming up. I've got like the TBR jars. I've got books like that are coming up in December, new January releases, everything to be excited about. So I cannot wait. And I'm cooking my first Christmas dinner in a while. Apart from COVID times, I'm cooking a Christmas dinner this year and I can't wait. So I'm super, super excited about Christmas. And I'll do my gratitude every day, a picture on there. I'll do some pictures at the end like I know you guys all like, and everything else. December, I'm thinking of an emoji. We're in still November, so I don't want to have a Christmas emoji in this. But I want to have a water emoji because I love walking by the lake. So any water emoji, if you get to the end of this video, put a water emoji up. That would be lovely. Let me know in the comments down below also what are things you're grateful for in November. I'd love to know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.